Hi, I'm Tim. Join me in this video as I discuss the design and build process for a series of 3 foam board airplanes I call the Lite Ranger. This will include the Lite Ranger 1, Lite Ranger 2, and the Lite Ranger 3. Let's get to it. The Lite Ranger series of RC model airplanes are built using 3 16-inch foam board. This is a 30-inch wide foam board, about 24 inches long, 3 16-inch wide. I get it at craft stores. I ordered mine on Amazon. They do have a paper covering for these models. I peel off the paper covering. It'll just save a lot of weight. This is very easy to use. You simply cut it with an X-Acto knife. And then for all of the gluing that I use for the foam board, just a standard $10 hot glue gun that you can get on Amazon with a glue stick. Can't be any easier. Squeeze it with the trigger, it goes on, and in 20 seconds it's completely glued and with a good joint. So one of the things I did with these Lite Ranger series of aircraft, I've become quite interested in the idea of a flat wing to fly an RC model airplane. And what I mean by a flat wing is there's no airfoil like on just about every other airplane flying out there. It is a completely flat section, in this case of the foam board. Also, there's no dihedral. So what I did just to kind of look at this, what it might look like, is I made this test version of the foam board. The paper is removed and I covered it with a clear saran wrap, just sandwich covering, and used a glue stick to keep it stuck to the foam board. The idea being to make a lightweight model would save weight by cutting this out, use the saran wrap to have the covering surface to see how that works. Now, this is very light, but you can see it has zero strength whatsoever. So what we have to do is some methodology of reinforcing this wing for the Lite Ranger series. And what I am using is carbon fiber rods. These are an example right here of a 2mm rod. I got them off of Amazon. They're very lightweight, extremely strong, and I glue these to the wing. Each one's about 15 inches. The wingspan of the Lite Ranger is 30 inches, which is the width of the foam board. This provides plenty of strength for these models. The Lite Ranger 1 was 4.5 ounces. The Lite Ranger 3 was 6.8 ounces with its 2 wings. So this makes the wing strong enough for what has to be done. So for any model airplane, the center of gravity location is very important. What I use, just as a rule of thumb, is 25% back from the leading edge is a good location for the center of gravity. That's what I did for all these airplanes. So let's talk a little bit about my thoughts going through these models. All 3 of these models have flown fine. This is the Lite Ranger 1, the very first one I did. Let's take a quick look to see how the Lite Ranger 1 flies. As you can see, the model flew very well. So this was my first attempt. The wingspan, and by the way, there's plans for all of these models are available free for download in the description. I'll show you an example of what the CAD plans look like just above during this discussion. This is my first iteration doing it with a foam board. I use foam board for the 2 sides. The only wood on the model, this is true for all 3 models, is 1 16-inch plywood to screw in the engine, the electric motor. I use a Park 250 motor, again details in the description. It provides plenty of power with a 3.5 by 7 propeller. I buy the motor from Stevens Aero. So I have foam board on the sides, on the top for a little bit of strength, but and notice here the carbon rod that I described earlier, I just glue that to the section of the wing. This was my first time using a carbon rod. It's a 3mm carbon rod, way too much strength for something like this. I use a 2mm for the other ones, a little bit heavier than it needs to be, but plenty of strength. But the one thing I want to show you that's absolutely crucial is, here's a fuselage right here, but the leading edge of the wing, there is a section of the 3/6" foam board glued in there on top of the fuselage, that instead of the wing being absolutely level with the center line of the fuselage, there is a positive incidence of the wing provided by that. That is necessary to generate the lift with the flat wing to make it fly well. If its wing is glued absolutely flat on the top of the fuselage, it's probably not going to fly quite as well. So that is in the plans, and that's a key thing that I use for all three of the models. For this one, I just had a flat top, again, for the references to make everything easy. It is 3 channels of control for all of them, elevator, aileron, and throttle through the electronic speed control. To save weight, I kept the top and bottom of the fuselage open. This makes for very easy access for the equipment down below. I've removed it because I'll put it into other aircraft. And the other thing I did, you can see in the video, and is use flaperons. And so what I did was 2 individual ailerons using the transmitter to both have ailerons and flaps. So let me give you just a short look at what the flaperons look like in this model. And to show you how this works is, here is the aileron function as per normal. This is just the normal ailerons. Then by flipping this switch right here, we can lower them to flaps, and they still have the differential throw for ailerons. So bank is controlled here with the ailerons down acting as a flap. We can raise them, there's still ailerons like that. To be honest, I didn't see too much of an effect of the flaperons, but there's something pretty easy to do. There's no extra construction, it's all, the mixing is done in the transmitter. And because I was interested in the flaperons, what I did for the Lite Ranger 2, which I'll describe here in a moment, is I made the wing a little bit bigger and the flaperons a little bit larger to have more effect. So again, this worked good for the first iteration. The one thing I found out was the fuselage was a little bit too wide, I thought, for what I needed to do. So on the Lite Ranger 2, which is here, I made the fuselage 1.5 inches wide. I think that was too narrow, but I did it on this one just to see. This is part of the design process. The wing is about 1 inch thicker in chord, and the flaperons are about 1.5 inches bigger. Same covering with the saran wrap. Again, this came in a little bit heavier. I didn't see a huge increase in effect from the flaperons, but it's something good to play with. This is the 2mm carbon rod. And notice also, just for aesthetics, for the looks, I made more of a cabin on this airplane just to have a cabin design. Still 3 channels with the ailerons in here and so on. So this was another iteration. Let's take a look to see how the Lite Ranger 2 flies.
Perfect.
Because I liked the cabin outlook, I decided for the third one to make a biplane arrangement, but this time picking up on the stagger wing effect, where the top wing is behind the lower wing. Normally with biplanes, the top wing is ahead of the lower wing. This is inspired by the Beechcraft stagger wing, biplane of the 1930s. So I took the cabin design. The wing is now down to 5.5 inches in chord, 1 inch for the ailerons on top only. I glued the top wing onto here. The ailerons are located underneath. The covering is yellow tape. Yellow packing tape is very easy to use. You get it in rolls like this. Because the foam board can't accept any heat, you can't use the heat shrink coverings. Paints can get heavy pretty quickly. And this is an experiment with the tape. It goes on pretty well, and I think with practice, it can look a little bit better. Everything else is pretty much the same as before. So let me just take off the bottom wing so we can take a look at what it looks like with the components actually inside a Lite Ranger. And you can see the elevator servo here, the ailerons, a little foam bar to keep the receiver in place, then Velcro for the battery. The battery's up front for center of gravity purposes. This came in at 6.8 ounces, but as you can see in the flight videos, it really flew quite well, and I liked it a lot. Another change I made for this one is I made the width of the fuselage 2 inches. I think that's the sweet spot. I think it works out pretty well for that. And like all the models, the only wood is the 1/16 inch plywood on the nose of the aircraft. Let's take a look now at how the Lite Ranger 3 flies. So again, this is just a discussion of some quick, easy to build foam board airplanes. You start with one, you add a cabin, add a second wing, and it's just fun to go through the design process on this. So thank you for joining me in this video. Links to separate videos on all three of the individual Lite Rangers is in the description. It's a lot of fun building these. They flew quite well. You can build it in a day from the plans. It's straight lines on everything. The measurements are on the plans themselves. So if you'd like to give one a try yourself, please do so, and I wish you the best of luck.